Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together.
Yes.
Let's just make her feel better together because Splat has got an obligation to do so and fix the awkwardness in the room. Are the other two girls here or not?
Apparently not. Natsuki sat down and Monica just warped off into the void, I guess.
I was like, so the other two of them are just in this tiny little classroom watching this happen and being like, yep, you guys are over there. That's fine.
This is awkward.
It's fine.
Hey, awkward. More awkward. Everybody's ending up really awkward.
Hey, it's so awkward.
Hey, it's so awkward.
Yep,
hey.
there we go. All right.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Like, hey, don't worry about it. Like, Sarah's an idiot, okay? It's fine. First of all, I wasn't expecting to get anything in the first place. I don't really need anything. Like, I am perfection itself. I am a whole and complete ass person. I need none of you. I am perfectly necessary for me. So I need nothing, but it's the thought is appreciated, but you know, it's not required. Mm-hmm. So any nice gestures from you is just a pleasant surprise. So again, completely not necessary, and I think probably done in bad taste because most people don't even know who the crap I am, and it happens all the time. The teachers always try to take me in to go see the principal, and then they don't realize that I just don't care. And then they learn later that they can just go fuck themselves.
Whatever nice stuff you're probably going to try to do for me, I probably won't care about it all, but I hope it's good for you and your experience.
Yeah, you and your experience. Please keep it over there, and I will stay over here on this side of the plane. All right, it will make me happy no matter what.
Because we're supposed to be happy here, Sayori told me.
I know, and we're gonna have a talk later.
Is that so? All of the things you said, is that all true?
Yes.
Right, so you don't need anything, so it can't possibly offend you by not being enough, only by being something at all.
Yeah, you've got it, honey. I'm so proud of you. Yay. Now stay away from me. Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be because, like, I literally don't care anyway.
Well, you see, it's just that I took and I stalked you online and in your entire history presence in all of the world, and I just wrote an autobiography from my perspective of your entire life to give to you. And then I thought that might seem like, you know, a little much. So.
Oh my God, girl, you are right. Wow! I can't even...
all right.
I can't even.
It's just handmade everything from me like every anime waifu girl has ever wished to do. Here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
It's the horror book. I was right. The first guess was right. Maybe it was right.
There was a horror book. I'm so excited.
I didn't want you to feel left out, and I thought that given your experience, your limited experience, by your own statement with literature in general, that, you know, you might not have a single book to your entire name in your whole house or your life at all. And based on that, I thought that maybe you might want a book, since much of literature is books.
Honey, please. I don't have books. People write books about me.
Yeah, I did.
I am a book. Oh. Thanks. Okay?
So I picked out a book based on my extremely limited one-time experience with you and Sayori babbling about you constantly, that I thought you might enjoy. And by that I mean a book that I enjoy, that I hope you'll enjoy, because then we might have a connection over it. Shoves book at you. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention. Even if you don't usually read! Which I know that you don't usually read, but I don't want to say that because that might sound rude. So it's just like a novella, really. More like, you know, 20,000 words. I think you can do it. And we could...
you've totally pegged this.
Talk about it.
Yes! Yes! Discuss it if you wanted.
When you're done, if you actually can get through reading it. And it's really short. I was really thinking of your attention span and the fact that you're very focused on you. We could discuss it if you wanted to discuss it. You know, with me specifically.
Why am I surrounded?
Discuss the book.
By book nerds. This is the worst thing that how is this girl accidentally being so cute? Because, you know, Otherwise, they're not cute. They're only disgusting in regards to when they're doing anything that has nothing to do with me. Then they're gross. Like, honestly, I love the implication of going, how is this girl accident? Like, I hate that line sometimes, where sometimes people go, oh, this thing, where, wow, you're just suddenly this thing. And you go, wow, because I'm doing something for or about you. You go, now you so fucking cute. Notice?
Also, I was going to go another direction with it. Like, I get the one of going, how is she accidentally being so cute? And going, okay, sometimes people are being cute on purpose.
Uh-huh.
Like, sometimes the intention is, I think this will be cute. I think they will think it is cute. And so I will do something cute.
Honey, I am a work of art. Take a picture. I do not last forever. Because, you put on your makeup, and the makeup is deliberately an act sometimes for some people to go, I want people to see me as cute or sexy or attractive or whatever.
I have put together this image for
uniform?
all of you. So if you would just appreciate it, that would be great.
Thank you.
Or someone going, wow, you look really good today. And while it's nice that they said something, sometimes you really did do it completely on purpose.
Yeah.
And someone goes, wow, she's just effortlessly fashionable. And you're like, oh my God, fashion is literally not only my hobby, but also my focus and also my intended career path. And I spend hours at this, honey. But the fact that I can make it look effortless means that I'm doing a good job.
Successful. Thanks.
Successful.
But also at the same time, too, that gives a lot of layman people or just random normal people the idea that it literally means nothing. It's kind of like the thing actually you see it in regards to like art or even people who are very skilled at particular things of like making it look effortless is a part of the job.
It is. And that can be one of the reasons that actually people have get insecure or uncomfortable about approaching things that they don't know how to do because they go, but everyone who does this, it just looks so easy. And for me, it's so hard. And you're like, it's not easy for them either. It has become easier with a lot of practice, which is why I think it's really cool to see people's old work, whether it's their old doodles or their old like fashion projects or their old architectural projects or whatever it is, even if it's their old writing,
right? Because
you can see where they started in the same place as everyone else who knew nothing about what they were doing and then move forward. Unless you're Stephen King and apparently he wrote perfectly his whole life. No, like he actually in his own autobiography covers that the first writing project he ever submitted for like his high school paper, he's like, I want to be a writer, I'm just going to do this. He went to the chief editor kind of thing. He was like, this thing. And they're like, oh, well, I guess if I had any corrections, I've made some corrections and you need to take them to heart. And they returned it with like a period corrected. And then they gave him the job. And it was just like, he has never had any like functional criticism of his writing skill ever. Only like his storytelling approach.
I feel like that's a lie,
and
that's ridiculous.
But it was great because it's like he wrote it himself, and I think it was very tongue-in-cheek, but it was very charming. And basically, I've written perfectly my entire life. Writing is not hard. I understand it. I am Splat, and they are kin with me, and it is fine.
I have this experience that we just are one in this experience.
Anyway, so I thought it was great.
But that was the thing that actually reminded me. So when we were doing sometimes our job at the previous job that we actually ended up working, I found it very frustrating sometimes where people would be like, wow, you just really know how to do this. Well, I can't do it like you do. And I'm just would stare at them and I'm like, I don't do it like that though. What? And I would just be like, it's such an effort every single day for me to come in and specifically talk myself through all the stuff that I have done every single day that I have ever been here.
There's this interesting thing that I've encountered where if you're good at a job, people assume that it's really easy for you to be good at it. And I will tell you, I put in what you might consider maximum effort. It is not, I am here and it's fun and easy and I just do this breezily. It really is. I am there doing, in many cases, my level best. And I am dedicated to doing that best. And if it looks like that just comes naturally to me, then I'm doing it well. But it is not work. It is a lot of work, and I work very hard at it. All right. Accidental cuteness.
Yeah, she even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much.
And her knowing almost nothing about my interests.
Never reading much. Like, Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely not read this, as you should read that line as not a definitely read this. It'll be a definitely not read this.
Or just with giant quotes, I'll
definitely read this. We know when I'm really
I pick it up and I read the title. I have read this thing in my hand. Done!
I bet you I know exactly what this is about. Look, it's the cover. Yay! I have judged. I enthusiastically take the book.
I'm so glad that went well. Well, you can read at your own pace, whatever that is. that I have to specify because I'm still very awkward about this, even though I have acted like I'm so relieved now. So I'll just give you extraneous permissions and instructions that you don't require at all. Do you like Final Fantasy? Do you like my Sephiroth hair? It's just sort of a soft homage, and I wanted to make it a little more feminine by putting a barrette in, but I think I really like his style. I also wanted front bangs because foreheads are hard to draw. I mean,
honestly, for some people, mood.
Yes.
I'm also really entertained sometimes where you watch one artist and you just kind of look at them and you go, I wonder
if you can draw a forehead.
Number one, if you can draw foreheads. Number two, if you don't really have much of a forehead or you have a very large forehead and you're very self-conscious. Like, this is a weird thing, like sometimes where they do the art versus the artist meme. And this is not to like bag on anybody.
No, not at all. This is just it's like this is interesting.
Yes. And I find it to be really fascinating sometimes of like scene specific characteristics that sometimes you sit there and you go, is that like an insecurity of yours or like a problem you have? Which is totally me playing the psychology game, and I probably shouldn't because that's very, like, sometimes I find it to be very aggressive, even in myself, where I'm like, what are you looking for, me? Like, Scandal, what the fuck are you doing?
So Scandal reads really hard into media, like social media experiences sometimes because there's very little of the person there, to be honest. And even when they're like, I have a massive social media profile where I try and spill my entire life, you still really don't have a picture of what context all of that fits into and who they are on like a day-to-day basis. One of the things I like to do is basically go, okay, so you're like, oh, I know this person inside and out, and going, okay, would you have any ability at all to describe what their home routine or personal routine is in reference to going to bed?
Right.
And that is something that's very personal to a lot of different people. Some people including like hygiene and toothbrushing and showers, and other people like remaking their bed. And some people it's, I literally just am stuck on social media until my eyeballs are almost burned out of my head and I pass out on the couch, and then about 4 hours later I drag myself to my bed.
Yeah.
Like, and those are both routines if they happen reasonably regularly.
Right.
And it's like, so you don't know who this person functionally is.
Yes.
You also don't know what's driving all of those other choices that they share and what makes them choose what to share. One of my greatest psychology classes was really fun because they're like, we have all these really cool, surveys that are really professionally done and vetted and backed up, and they have control groups, and they have really good questionnaires and everything. But you have to realize that all information that comes from surveys is a representative sample from people who will take surveys.
I love that one.
So there's an awareness piece that there is a difference between who will take a survey and who will not take a survey, and any survey is only representative of people who will take surveys.
Yes, because there are a lot of people who have a very interesting opinion who refuse to take surveys or who just never are around to take the surveys.
Yeah, they just don't engage, they don't care, they're unaware of it, whatever. They're just not in that culture.
There's any multitude of reasons. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some sort of scheduled activities for the club. I guess we're settled in, and I guess I'm doing this, and I guess like we've worked out all of our issues and all of our problems, but I just kind of think Monica's a little bit of a jerk, but it's okay.
So now that we're all settled in, basically means that I can't see anyone because they've all gone sat down behind me.
I guess.
That is what happens. One by one, they go and sit down behind you to show that you're done dealing with that piece of them.
Right.
I'm also just like, I expect a scheduled activity to happen. They all just sit there in silence and
stare.
Hello. They're just waiting for someone to start a conversation somewhere or an activity or something.
I look into the void.
I assume someone's going to read some poetry today.
But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance.
Is this going to be like our first actual choice coming up?
Escapism, maybe?
No, but like is this lining up for who are you going to choose to talk to? What are you going to choose to do? And I am curious.
This is weird. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in that closet.
This club was boring.
Not. It looks like no one wants to be bothered today.
It is. We just sat in the club for an hour and did nothing. We didn't even talk about our poems or share them with each other or anything.
This is literally like the club out of freaking Mob Psycho, where they just really just want to hang out, which is fine. You can totally have clubs where you say that you're one thing, but you're actually another thing, of really what they just end up doing in the end is just hanging out.
You've also just got Monica going, yeah, I could be in charge of a huge, big-ass club, but what I really want is a small group of friends where we just kind of do side-by-side activities.
Which is fine, and I feel like more people should be allowed to do that. They actually specifically, I think in some cases, really just, like, that's why you have coffee clubs, where people go, oh, we're going to go to this club, or you go to a wine club specifically just to go hang out. It's not actually to do really anything. Like, yeah, sure, you have the backdrop of the winery, or you have the backdrop of the coffee shop, or whatever it might be, but in the end, you're really just there to hang out. And because people have no excuses, apparently, even in their adult lives, to really just hang out with people, because once you're out of school, it seems like everybody basically loses the ability to connect with people, because the only places you're supposed to connect with people is, you know, you go to school or you go to church or it's your work, and that is it, and you must die in a pit otherwise.
Well, and also, you're just supposed to always be being productive. The capitalism model is that you're always supposed to be working, always supposed to be doing something. And I've experienced guilt doing activities that I enjoy, such as, you know, drawing or painting and stuff like that, going, if you're not going to sell it, and it's not for a specific activity, you're not really allowed to do it. It's wasting time. Or unless, you know, you're building a skill specifically to make that skill good enough to be able to sell it, kind of thing. And so there is that kind of like guilt of going, you need to be part of a club, part of an activity, part of a group. Otherwise, you're not doing meaningful work with your time.
Question, real quick, it just occurred to me. Where's Sayori? It mentioned Monica and Natsuki talking, and Yuri's in a book. Where's Sayori?
That's true. It only mentioned 4 people. Or
It
3
mentioned
people.
3.
3 people. 3 people. Yeah.
Just 3.
So
Where's the
I don't
fourth
know.
one?
That's a good question. But no one wants to be bothered today, even though one of your friends, your only actual friend, is not here?
I slumped down into the nearest decks. Like, how am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this?
I need direction.
Oh my
Direction, people. What is my
Please.
motivation?
Oh my God, please.
Also
Honestly,
going-
that is sometimes a real problem with people. They're like, yeah, I want to do this thing, but I literally don't know how this works. And it's
So-
also like, when you're not being very clear and not very well organized club, guess what?
Sometimes people just feel really awkward and they leave because you assume that they can, you know, occupy themselves or that it makes sense what's going on, and it really doesn't to them.
Yes.
On the other hand, I'm like, Sayori was here and she was talking. So did she just leave the room, or is this supposed to be a piece of character profile about your MC of going, I'm not going to mention her because I don't have any specific interest in her. She's not one of the cute girls. The 3 people that are new are the cute girls.
Like I said, I think our bro tag is kind of an asshole. It's
Yeah.
fine. I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. Like, God fucking, I don't wanna, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read.
I will
I'm
be
so whiny.
sleeping on this in like 2 seconds and drooling on the pages.
Yay! Look, I read a book. Oh, I can't open it anymore. I am not sad. I could probably fall asleep right now. Oh my God, it'd be the perfect time. Okay, I close my eyes. Wait, Sayori's talking with Monica? Oh, Natsuki's in the closet. I'm sorry, I completely missed that. I apologize. So
Okay.
Natsuki's wandering around the closet. Sayori and Monica are talking,
quiet
and Yuri's
conversation.
reading her own book.
Okay,
Right.
I forgot about the closet too. She just needs to come out of the closet.
She really does. This is
All
Sayori's
right.
conversation
So yeah,
with
say
Monica.
Sayori was there, but I apologize. We both kind of forgot anyway because Sayori is very soft and cute.
Sayori is very soft and cute, and I feel very
All
bad.
right. Sayori ditches Monica instantly.
Uh-huh.
We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, you know. Oh wait, am I actually talking to Monica and you're eavesdropping now?
Yes.
Is this eavesdropping now?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I'll pretend I didn't notice you intently listening. Splat comes over to their table, puts face in between them talking.
Please
lays
talk.
head on the table, like plop. I am the board.
Oh my God, can we leave yet?
Can we like go?
Oh
And
my
then
God. Okay.
We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all of the other clubs, though, if we really do nothing and don't ever present anything and have no progress and or activities of any kind, you know. Well, we can't give up. Can't do it. Oh my God.
You got it a little bit.
I
but
got
I'm
a
like,
little bit there. Like, well, honey, we can't just give up. If the festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is about. Oh, the festival is our only chance to show everyone what literature is all about.
You keep adding in words. There is no only
I know,
chance.
I'm adding it. No, I'm adding in words to try and help myself.
Oh, okay. You're
Okay.
like, I need so
I'm
much help.
ad-libbing, sort of. It's fine. All right. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. We probably should have just called it a book club, or maybe a writing club, maybe just a word club. But then they might think we just play Scrabble the whole time. So literature just sounds very highbrow, you know. We could have just called it a story club. That might have been very charming. And you know, maybe we should get Splat a napkin. He's they're kind of drooling on the desk, you know, a little bit. You know, did we bring napkins this time? I think they might be back in the closet, yo.
Well, honestly, it can sound as dense and as intellectual as it wants to in the
And the
next
next
one.
one.
Yay! So thank you very much, guys, then, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And please also feel free to share our videos if you're having a good time and would like to
Yay.
also help save us from the algorithm. But, you know, no obligation. It would just be very appreciated.
And in case you don't know what the algorithm is, It just means help us be more visible on YouTube.
Yes, because YouTube has a specific basically program that will actually promote or not share some videos based on basically how well they think they're doing.
Or how popular they might be, or the structure and format of them.
Yeah, nobody actually really knows how it works, which is really frustrating. Yay! All right, well, anyway, I have been Scandal.
And if you want to check out our Ko-Fi or Patreon and support us that way, we would also greatly appreciate it, and we love having you here. Thank you so much. I have been Liz,
and it was great playing with you. Bye!